Last time on April Was a Fool. He takes my hand again, kissing the back. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Behind those eyes is something very sad. Literally, I could not care less more. He turns to leave. Bye! Get out of here. I don't like you. Kent hits my arm playfully. Bye, Kent! I'm not biased, I swear. Hey guys, and welcome to Cygnus Plays April Was a Fool. Okay, so, as you may see, it's been updated, and check out this cool background. Now, okay, I'm gonna show you guys the rest of the backgrounds, but since I'm already this far into Gun's story, I didn't want to repeat it. I'm just gonna go through Gun's story, and when I start a new route, I'll show you all the cool backgrounds that they started. Oh man, they look so cool. I'm really excited. Oh, and they said that they added pajamas and stuff too, so we get to see that. Okay, so let's get to it. Oh man, look at that. That looks so awesome. Oh my gosh. Man, that is so pretty. Okay. We continue across the open plains until we reach an inn along the road. Everyone agrees that we need to rest here for the night. Apparently, it's been their tradition to rest at this inn before all of their adventures, whether it's in the direction they need to go to or not. That seems like a strange tradition to me, but I don't want to step on their routine. The inn has a very cozy feeling to it. Wooden walls, wooden tables, wooden dishes. A large man with a strong mustache is sitting at the counter, and he smiles warmly at us. I do my best to smile back the same, but it's hard when he likely thinks I'm something I'm not. My good Kate, 5 rooms, the penthouse suite for myself as usual. The innkeeper gives us the key to our rooms. Gabby and Blake share one room between the two of them. Would it make more sense to give them the penthouse suite? Still, I said I wouldn't step on their routine, so everyone doesn't seem like they'll give it up anyway. Okay, the deal is we meet downstairs at the Crack of Dawn. No wasted time, understood? Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna have to forgive me if I catch a little extra beauty sleep. I have to keep this face looking bright and charming at all times.
Seriously.
Nah, Crack of Dawn sounds fine.
That's always funny to me. Aaron and Blake nod as well. Good. Then let's all get some rest and get ready for the real journey. We all bid each other good night and head off to our respective rooms. My first adventure! I'm getting excited.
Oh, wow, that looks so good.
The room I've been assigned to is just as cozy as the main entrance. There's a tiny fireplace at one end. It's lit, and the crackling noise and smell of burning wood is relaxing. The bed is warm, and there's a small table with some fresh bread and cured meat on top that adds a delicious scent to mingle with the fire. I see it. There's a set of biscuits spread out on the bed that look soft and inviting, and I rustle myself into them. They're a bit too small, but they'll do, since I wasn't given any time to get any of my real clothes. I set that barmaid dress on a chair and leave it near the fireplace so it would be warm when I put it on the next morning. And it would have been nice to have had time to buy something other than my uniform, but oh well. As I nuzzle myself under the covers and get ready to drift off, there's a knock at my door.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Not thinking, I asked him to come in. Oh my god! Holy shit! I like his boxers. They're so fabulous. Oh my god, shit. Oh jeez.
Oh my god, he's so intimidating. Oh jeez. Hey.
I'm more than alarmed to see Gun. He pushes past me and enters the room before I can even protest. He catches the confused look on my face and realizes what he's done.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's kind of strange to just barge into someone's room. Sorry.
There's a small chair by the fireplace that he quickly claims as his own. It creaks loudly in protest of a large man sitting on it, but he doesn't seem alarmed or worried about that. Without his robes, it becomes apparent just how muscular a man Gun really is. He's freaking huge! Oh my god! He catches me staring at him.
Should explain myself, huh? You're just easy to talk to. At first I thought it might be because you looked like her. She was easy to talk to, too. That ain't it, though. You're a good listener. No one really listens to the things I've got to say. There's just things I want to get off my chest. You mind if I stay here for a bit?
I'm trying to sleep? Sure, I don't mind. You won't take no for an answer, right? I don't mind. I pulled the chair away from the table that's at one side of the room and slide it over. Oh, let's see what that did. Oh, wow, we're doing really good. Over to be in front of the fireplace as well. I sit it down across from Gunn. I'm not sure what he's looking to talk about, but my curiosity leaves me eager to know. I guess I'm as good at listening as he says. Yet no answer to my question comes. He's staring at the fire. Did he get cold feet or something? He's humming. It starts out nervous at first, but then it starts to build. He can carry a harmony surprisingly well. The song is one I recognize from church. It's one of the many hymns that I was made to learn as a child. My unfamiliarity with the tune catches me off guard, and I find myself humming along. Aww. His voice grows stronger as his confidence builds. Soon he breaks into a full-out song. He's tapping his foot to keep the beat, and his deep voice is belting out the lyrics with amazing skill. My hands move on their own, joining his feet by clapping along. My voice is what joins him next, tiny compared to the rich, deep tones of Gunn's. Together, we sing the entire hymn. When we finish, he starts another, this time adding his own unique flair to the song. I love the change in music, oh my god. I'm sure the church wouldn't approve of the yelling, nasal singing style he was doing now, and it's impossible for me to sing along, but I still do my best to clap along with the increased tempo. After a few measures, I meekly attempt singing as well. I'm not very good, but it's still a lot of fun. We only stop singing when the person in the room next to us starts slamming on the wall. Even if I stop singing, though, now I'm just laughing. It's the same for Gunn. That was fun. I nod, still laughing too hard to give a proper answer.
Cygnus, don't tell the others this, but they mean a lot to me. I just wanted someone to know that.
He stands from the chair and starts, robed, and starts walking towards the door. As he passes me, he ruffles the top of my hair and smiles sincerely. In the warm glow of the firelight, he looks different than usual. The faded lines on his face that always look bored now look tired, and there's a kindness in his eyes that is usually masked by his heavy brows.
Have a good night.
Oh, that was probably an accident. He leaves the room. I'm tired, but I don't move towards my bed right away. My eyes are fixated on the dancing flames. I hum to myself, watching how the fire moves to the music. Gunn is a bit strange, but I think he has a good heart. I finally crawl under my bedsheets, the hymn still playing on repeat in my mind. Oh, it's pretty. It's been weeks since we left the inn, which in turn means it's been a week since I last slept in a real bed. I've learned to sleep on leaves, rocks, roots, pelts, even branches. Everyone is starting to look worn down, and even reaching the foot of the mountain range where Death Peaks is located is not enough to boost our energy. Blake looks especially pale, moving slowly along the rough dirt and stone path. He's been here before. He's walked the same path with April. We should turn back. I don't like this. Get over it. It's not going to go like it did last time. You don't know that.
I'll keep you alive, kid.
You don't know that. With that, the group fell into silence. The air here is cool, wind blasting between the valley where we walk. There's only a few trees, making everything look drab and dull in grays and browns, rocks and dirt. Even the sky is hard to see over the peaks of stone towering in the distance. I hug my arms close and trudge along after everyone else. The group's morale is dropping further and further. Days ago, I was sure this was a tight-knit group, but now in the chill air of the valley, I can see the lines that keep them apart. The silence shows how nervous they are. It's sombering. We reach a fork in the road, and Erwin pulls out a map, studying it while his foot taps restlessly on the ground. According to this, we should head to the left here. Is that what you remember, Blake? I don't know. I don't remember.
Come on! You're the one who's been here before. At least try to put some effort into this.
I don't even want to be here. How could I put effort into this? I don't want to remember this place. This is your chance to fix your mistakes, you idiot. He shoves the map in Blake's face and jabs a finger at the fork. Blake stares at it nervously, eyes drifting from the paper to the fork briefly before flitting back. I don't know! Oh, for crepe's sake. Stop picking on the kid. It isn't gonna do us any good, Owen. I'm not picking on him. You are so. Leave my brother alone or I'm gonna roast you alive. Gabby's right. You're being a bit pushy, and Blake isn't good with that. So let's just...
Give me that.
He snatches the map out of Erwin's hands, steadying it a moment before flipping it around. Erwin rolls his eyes, realizing his own mistake of holding the map upside down. After a moment of pondering, Gunn hands the map back.
We should go right. Come on.
Then we go left.
Excuse me?
Obviously, we'll go the opposite of what you'd pick. The whole mission is nothing more than you just trying to get us all killed to fuel whatever's sick. He's right, you know. Rose, you never make suggestions that are good for us. You're the reason we're in this blasted place to begin with. Like, fuck, I'm letting you toss us off a cliff or into a fire.
I see. Suit yourself, then.
Everyone goes down the left branch except for Gunn. He's standing still, watching them leave. My own steps falter and I turn back to look at him.
They've got no reason to trust me.
My voice catches in my throat. He says the words flatly, like it's nothing more than a matter of fact. It's impossible to read the emotions on his face as he watches the others move forward.
We're letting them get too far ahead. We need to keep with them in case they get hurt.
As he moves past me, I grab his sleeve.
What? You want to see them get themselves killed?
I shake my head furiously, squeezing my eyes shut to block out the image. The entire group is running on high-level nerves, snapping constantly at each other and bickering back and forth. They're friends, aren't they?
Yeah, we're friends. It wasn't like this before. They fought, but it was just normal stuff. You could say losing April drove a wedge between us all. They all blame each other. Even I.
He looks down at his hands and shakes his head sadly.
Can't consider myself clear of blame. Blake blames himself because he was there and couldn't fight to save her. Erwin blames himself because he wasn't there. Gabby blames herself because she stopped Kent and me. Let's walk and talk. Come on.
Reluctantly, I release his sleeve, and we both follow after the others. Gunn, for all his strange eccentricities, seems to know a lot about the others.
I want to help them. I want to be the one that saves them.
He's looking at his own hands again, flexing them as he talks. His hands are huge, like the rest of him. They look like they could break a man's head in half. When we first met, that's what I'd imagined those hands doing. Now, I can see that those large hands aren't meant to hurt people. Now I see them as something that supports and holds others.
It makes me feel pretty good to patch them up after a bird tears their faces off, but the tear that April's death caused is hurting them way more than that. I want to heal that pain. That's the pain they all feel all the time. I can see it on their faces clear as I can see when they've got a broken bone. Wouldn't healing that pain for them be the biggest and best thing I can do?
I looked towards the mountain rising in the distance. On the snow-covered mountain was the very same dragon that had killed April, and with her, killed the connection between the whole group. Is this about revenge, then? That really ease their pain? Gunn follows my gaze. One of those large hands comes to rest on my head, ruffling my hair playfully.
Nah, it's not something simple like revenge. Killing the dragon's gonna help, but it's just proving to them all that we can still be awesome without her. Proving to them that we can still live up to the dream April saw for us when she ain't around anymore. That's what she'd want, you know? When the party started, it was just Erwin and I. We were useless. A rogue and a priest trying to bust up dungeons and make away with treasures. There's a reason you never see Erwin fight. Two of us were always getting smacked around. I can't even count how many times I saved his sorry ass from dying. Always thanked me, too. Haven't heard him thank anyone in a long time. Not really mean it anyway.
His hand still resting on my head, mindlessly rubbing it softly. It's oddly comforting.
Always made me feel good to get recognition from him. Anyway, after that, we met her. She could fight, and when she joined our little group of Fail, we started making actual progress. Owen stopped needing to fight, and he stopped getting hurt, and she never got hurt. It was pretty boring. She could tell I was bored. Started throwing herself at the monsters all the time. Reckless fool that April was. She did it just so I'd have something to do, and she'd always thank me with the brightest smile.
Watching him talk about April, I could tell. Oh shit, I don't even know. Did you love her? You looked up to her? She understood you. I think it's this one. Yep, I did it!
Yeah, she knew I fed off her praise in helping her out of a jam. When I talked about her getting her face melted with spider acid, she just laughed and said, "Maybe I'll do just that. I know you'll be there for me."
She trusted enough to throw herself into danger. The bond the three of them had must have been very special.
The others flocked to us soon after, Gabby dragging Blake along behind her. She wanted to join to save the world, heard it would clear her name. Hence father told him to seek us out and join. Just like me, April understood every single one of them. She saw how scared Blake was of getting attacked, and she'd take hits for him. Smile and tell him not to worry, 'cause Gunn's back there and he'll keep everyone alive.
He shakes his head sadly.
She made us trust one another. We were invincible like that. That trust died with her. I got to get us to find that trust again. If not, how can we hope to defeat evil?
He curls both his hands into tight fists, eyes now lingering on the backs of the others. It's obvious how much he cares about them. It's more than he'd ever admit to their faces. He needs to save them from this darkness because they're his friends. Who would be there to save Gunn, though? Something rushes through my body, a sharp electric sensation that causes the hairs on my arms to stand up. The person who needs to save Gunn is me. I can't explain it. He seems to talk to me out of the blue so often. Does he actually expect me to help him? No, it doesn't feel that way. I don't think he is doing this expecting to get something out of me. In that case... Aw! Aw! Oh, that's so cute! Slowly, I grab his hand. He seems hesitant at first, but he allows the action, eventually curling his own fingers around mine. Again I realize the size of his hand, fingers easily swallowing my tiny hand whole, but his touch is gentle. One wrong motion, and he could crush my bones easily, but his skin brushes gently against mine, cautious.
You trying to reassure me?
Smiling up at him, I nod sharply. Yes!
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
And I'm going to do this with you. My mind is made up. Together, we'll save this group of friends, and I'll have Gunn from the shadows. I'll save Gunn from the shadows he tries to hide himself from. He tries to hide from himself. Blah. Uh-oh. The sound of rocks falling can be heard ahead of us, followed by a scream. Wasting no time, Gunn breaks into a run, my fingers slipping out of his. The scream sounded like Gabby. I follow suit, breaking into a run as well. The uneven ground makes it difficult to move this fast without tripping, but I keep myself as steady as possible. When we reach the others, the sight is so gruesome, my careful balance dissolves at once and my legs betray me, bringing me down to my knees. There's blood everywhere. One side of the valley has caved in, heavy boulders spread across the pathway. As my vision swims, I can hardly make out the others. It's clear enough that they were caught in the falling rocks. Gabby is screaming out to Gunn, one of the boulders crushing her leg. Erwin is a short distance away, a boulder flattening his arm, pinning him flat to the ground. He isn't making a sound, and his face is contorted in a sickening expression of fear and pain. By the look of Kent, a rock had rolled across his stomach. He lays on his back, unmoving. My throat burns with acid. Yes, I think I'm going to be sick. Rose! Thank God, Rose! You gotta find Blakey. You gotta save Blakey. I can't even see Blake in all of this mess. My composure is destroyed as I lean over to rid myself of whatever it was we had from lunch earlier, but Gunn seems unfazed by the scene before him. He stands firm, assessing the damage carefully. Gripping his wand tightly, he walks towards the catastrophe, chanting a spell. Light starts to gather around him. With his free hand, he tears the rocks off his comrades and pitches them aside, waving the wand over the freshly exposed injuries. The wounds heal quickly, the magic even returning the shape to the squashed appendages. Oh, God. He unearths Blake, and the last thing I see before finally passing out is a body that is nothing more than mush slowly takes shape once more. Oh my God. Oh. Gunn's magic is truly amazing, but watching it is not something I can stomach.
We should have went right. None of you could find it in yourself to trust me, though.
Erwin webs his arms, giving it a few test swings. Test swings that send his fist into Gunn's arm playfully. Can't really blame us. You're the one who's always talking about watching us kick it. Oh, shut your hole, Erwin. Now's not the time for that. Just accept you messed up and let's go on with this. Let's get on with this. I seem to remember you agreeing with me. I'm just some country hick. Of course I'm going to agree with a rich genius, Owen Gates. Now, I'm not a genius, you know. Yeah, I know. Wow, that was pretty scary. We should keep a closer eye on the condition of the cliff sides. Wow, that was pretty scary. Oh my God, are you freaking kidding? Blake nods slowly. The poor kid is so pale, I swear I'll be seeing right through him soon. We should turn back and go right then.
Nah, the path meets up again. Just the other path had lower walls if I was reading the map right.
Well, that would have been good to know ahead of time. Right, Erwin? We should have just asked. Erwin's foot starts tapping. He likes to do that. Erwin's foot starts tapping against the ground at an agitated and frenzied pace. Yes, wow, I was right and I was wrong. Fantastic. Now that we've dwelled on that for longer than anyone cares, can we just keep moving? I want to get this whole experience over with. I still don't see why we're even going here. Get over it, will ya? It'll be a good experience at least. I can't just get over it. The bickering starts back up as everyone regroups and recovers from shock. Their wound's not the thing holding them back. Before long, we're moving forward again. I find myself at the back of the line just like before, walking side by side with Gunn. I can't explain why, but my hand gravitates towards his once more.
Aww. They didn't even say thank you.
My arm stops, dropping to my side as my fingers curl slowly into a ball. What do I know about saving anyone? Death Peaks, a mountain range that's trapped in a perpetual blizzard. The snow whoops past us, and the wind easily chills through our clothes. It's hard to see the person just in front of me with the blasting snow and icy fogs. One wrong move, and the group could easily be separated. Blake had suggested linking hands, stating that was how he and April had moved through the area the first time. Erwin had snapped loudly at the story, and then proceeded to take some convincing to agree. Eventually, Gunn grabbed my hand roughly, an action that had made Erwin yelp in pain. No one else argued, and our hands were joined together. We walk in single file, doing our best not to let go or let the wind tear us apart. I'm thankful that Gunn is walking behind us all. His large frame blocks the cold wind from behind us. That puts Erwin between the two of us, something that neither of us took much delight in. I don't care much for him, and he appears to have an equal disdain for me. That's the truth. I really don't like Erwin. Holding my hand has caused him to recoil dramatically, his nose wrinkling at my touch. Whatever. I won't let it bruise my pride. How much longer do we have to walk? I can't remember. Their teeth chatter as they talk. the permeating cold making even conversation a struggle in this area. According to the map, the Dragon's Cave is not too much further away. A roar splits across the frosted air, followed by a stream of flames. The ice that hangs around us melts, and the air crackles with heat. I can feel the snow beneath my feet start to melt from the impressive temperature. Do, 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 do.